we do start to see the time of Sam Bankman-Fried in court, the pain points relived for so many, how are you feeling about the crypto sphere in which you're investing? Is there activity going on, particularly in the startup community?
Thank you so much for having me on. I have a potentially not popular opinion on this, but I am so much happier investing in crypto today than I was 12 months ago, even before the FTX scandal. And a question that I've asked other crypto founders is, do you think that there's a chance that we look back on this FTX mess as a positive? And people looked at me kind of like I had 5 heads, but let me explain why. And I think it's FTX. It was crazy out there, and the laws of gravity were not thought to apply to crypto startups. And what FTX forced us, people in the crypto industry, to ask ourselves and answer, I think, were 3 straightforward questions that we all should have been asking regardless, which is, 1, does this company solve a problem for anyone, or this product? 2, is anyone using this? And 3, will this make money? And there were so many companies, and there are so many companies that were funded, that are funded, that don't answer 1 of those 3 questions, let alone 3 of those 3 questions. So the party that was going on had to come to an end. The FTX way of it coming to an end was the most dramatic way that could have happened. But I really do think that there's a chance that it ends up being a gift for the crypto startup world, for the companies that are solving real problems, which I know is not a popular opinion, but I do believe that.
We want contrarians, Morgan. And I'm interested in, even if this happens to be a cathartic moment for crypto more broadly, are the builders building here in the US? Are the problems being solved? Is the money being made? Are people using some of the dApps and some of the applications here in the US? Or are you having to go to abroad for those sorts of founders?
So yes, and we are definitely still seeing companies built in the US. I think what you saw pre-FTX was everyone and their brother and sister was starting a crypto company because it was the gold rush. What has been filtered out now is people that are starting crypto companies are only starting crypto companies because they actually see a problem to solve and actually have a passion for the industry, versus they just see a casino that looks fun. So I think that there's a filter now in a good way for who's actually starting companies. And then yes, people are using crypto applications, but if we're all being honest, the only application that's really achieved any kind of product market fit as far as scale is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. We're still definitely seeing development in the US.
It's interesting. We do understand, in fact, that the trial for Sam Bankman-Fried is underway, and we understand that opening statements being made. Bankman-Fried currently expressionless, we understand, as the government continued with their opening remarks, saying that the defendant wanted money he didn't have and he committed fraud. But Morgan, let's move away from that for a moment to the regulatory environment with which we're in, because you do have an SEC chair who seems adamant to police, whether it's after these companies are built or as they're being built. And I'm interested as to whether that's really an environment people want to find product market fit in at the moment.
I think it's an environment that people want to find product market fit in if there is a market and a business to be built, but it's definitely a thorn for sure. And I think an issue is there are very few topics that rally both sides and that gain you favor on both sides. So if you're a politician with political aspirations and you're trying to win favor on both sides of the aisle, going after crypto is one of a few categories that no one's going to really oppose you. So the incentives and the psychology behind that are definitely not in crypto's favor, which is a bummer.
Well put.
But there's still a prize.
Technical term. I mean,
yeah.
Go in there then and get nitty-gritty with some of the problems you like to be being solved in this. I mean, what's getting you excited when you're getting up 12 months on and you're saying it's a far better environment to be writing checks into? NFX has a lot of money to put to work. You're already putting money into various startups, whether it's Space, Stoke Space. I mean, whether you're also in Miston Labs. Ramp is a company, of course, that's all about trading of crypto and assets. Where do you want to see some of these problems solved for you?
Thank you for those shout outs. So stablecoins still, I spent 4 years banging my head against a wall, so I still think that there's a lot of room to go there, more from the US government buy-in side. And if you think that digital money is going to be the future, the US government really needs to recognize that and get on that, or else we're going to wake up and be living in a world with Chinese digital money running throughout the world in people's hands, which I don't think is a first choice for us in the U.S. And then also just usability. I think what you've seen with AI is ChatGPT had this moment with mainstream consumers. Crypto has not had its ChatGPT moment yet. So something that brings net new users into the world in a real, meaningful, productive way is, I mean, obviously the holy grail, and I don't have any specific answers, but something we're always looking for.